The following short footage was luckily recorded by me at the very last moment on October 18th, 2021 at around 8:23 in the morning. The following video you are about to watch may contain personally recorded scenes or potential third-party recorded scenes of modders and modding or hacking in GTA Online. This Modders Caught series is brought to you by me, King Vector 11, who gives you evidence of what could happen to you and what does happen on a daily or weekly basis in GTA Online. Evidence that Rockstar Games will never care about unless it involves them directly, whether they are hacked or otherwise. This series is created and brought to you at your expense of clicking on and watching this video by a non-modding player of GTA Online with as much experience as I can get and beyond. This series is in no way, shape, or form affiliated with any management directly leading to or from Rockstar Games, nor tries to impersonate or attempt to impersonate as any Rockstar Games employee or position of any Rockstar employee. Any members involved in this series are innocent until proven guilty, in which they are usually guilty, and is used as an example for what Rockstar either supports or doesn't, since Rockstar prefers more native influencing modders, such as modders who uses mods to grieve other players' cargo and ruin their gameplay experience, and ends up punishing more positive or neutral influencing modders, such as modders who uses mods to protect themselves from other native influencing modders or to protect other players in the same mutual session. I chose to create this series, and should I quit or leave GTA Online for pastures new is up to my choice. This series is created solely to expose the dark side of GTA Online, Rockstar's support for modding. Comments down below will be shown the following episode. Comments revolved around generally negatively influenced behavior, personal attacks at any member of or the channel, negatively influenced discussions which comes to no resolution, or any form of brain-dead behavior and refusal to show any signs of proper social skill or support of will not only have to be taken down, but you will be permanently denied the permission to cooperate in any comments and other content. Besides, since I do not have the energy or time to attempt to cooperate by lowering myself down to unspeakable levels of touching grass deficiency, viewer discretion is extremely strongly advised. Mind you, how I said I was lucky enough to have caught this modder? Well, I need to give a few explanations that may clear up any confusion to why I am calling this player that I have caught a modder, since I was just lucky enough to have caught their name, besides any other attention or details that I have caught from my own personal perspective that I definitely have a hard time believing I could ever make up from my wildest dreams. It happened. Before I get into that, I would definitely like to remind myself though that I have probably forgotten to show this snip on the last episode that I have uploaded, but I thankfully got reminded by a commenter on my last episode. Thank you very much. You will be, of course, mentioned in the later on in the episode when I go through the comments. But anyways, I was messaging my friend on Discord who he said he has at least two accounts of GTA Online, one of them who has not seen a mod ever in its lifetime of existence, and that one got permanently banned or suspended, but their other account that has seen mods or uses a mod menu is still not touched. And all the while Rockstar supports the modders and keeps them in the game, those who aren't modding, that Rockstar would like to anyways prove to them, if you believe you are not modding and you continue to enjoy your game, just buy a new copy, right? And that's how they make money off of it. And yeah, my friend has said that they've used some mods on their account that's still not banned or even touched by Rockstar's, services or developers or whoever is in charge. Probably some homeless man on the side of New York, but anyways. But their account that hasn't seen mods gets banned. So I literally said it's just that simple. So I said, I've told you once and I make videos on it too, and I'll say it again, Rockstar supports modding. And even my friend agrees. Now this modder that I have clipped and actually recorded, it only lasts a minute long based on what I tried my best to explain in this video, or at least what I have recorded back on October 18th, 2021. But to give you some context, I will show you very simply what I have caught as an eyewitness. So just as I opened my recording software, I was lucky enough to have just caught their name as soon as I pressed the recording button, or just milliseconds after I pressed just before I pressed the recording button, the modder has left. And I only know this person's a modder Because of the following reason. There was something that was going on right here in the docks over these two red and blue warehouses that's situated, well, behind my character, of course. As you can see, it's very plainly obvious where they are. And this was unfortunately everything I have caught with this modder for the few minutes that I was around this modder investigating what was going on. This modder has spawned potentially a dust storm, because there wasn't flares, I can guarantee that right now. It was like a very thick dust storm that was just dust storm upon dust storm upon dust storm effect stacked on top of each other, that if you ever decided to approach the docks area, the worst thing that you could ever witness is, first of all, a really thick dust cloud on the top of those buildings, and beyond that, in a typical 59.94 FPS play rate of GTA Online on PC port especially, bringing this dust storm into visual contact on your monitor wouldn't really break your PC, but it would lag the game so terribly. The game itself would go all the way down to between 6 to 10 FPS under my impressions of how slow the game had ran. And if you'd really like to know what I have witnessed personally, here's an image of, well, that I've taken through this video on what I would like to show where I've seen this general atmosphere. So this is a general atmosphere of when I would be standing on these crates that I would do some parkour and jump one crate on top of the other, because it is possible here. And what I've actually witnessed was something that looked very closely to this. Very closely to this. In fact, it was so thick you could barely see the buildings, of course. It was just all in that corner, especially for some reason on top of those buildings. If you tried going up the ladder, sure you could. If you made it into the center of the dust storm effects that the modder has spawned, it literally right over there, your game would be shitting bricks. I would hate to admit, but unfortunately it's true. Unfortunately, it was quite cool while it lasted, but I so wish to have been able to have caught it in a recording before the modder has finally left. Which is quite sad news for me. I kind of feel heartbroken. I feel like crying right now that I couldn't show such a beautiful cinematic of 6 FPS gameplay, witnessing a freaking thick as fuck dust cloud. But that's really all I want to show or explain to you in context of what I have caught. And so for those who would like to see the entire footage of what I have really recorded to be able to show their name, well, here you go. The fact that I just caught Italian Psycho's name with a 0. The fact that I just caught it with it being a modder, spawning smoke particles, fire particles, random firework explosion particles, and as soon as he left, it all just disappeared. With the fact that I just caught him earlier with Rainbow Helicopter. Fortunately, they left. They can't really find them now. So, it's kind of sad now, is it? Yep. There's your other modder. Good luck out there, everyone. Oh, there's his name in chat. Psych0. Nice. Good luck out there, everyone. And that was generally it that I have mentioned that I would definitely not be making up. I completely forgot to look over my own footage. It's just a minute long. I just want to get it over with. It's a minute long and it's still something I've already made 10 minutes off of. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Of course, what I like to do, in case I ever come to the point where I finally make videos like these, I would like to go over what I have definitely caught. And it seems as though I've caught more than just dust particles. It seems I've caught fireworks and the fire effect, you know, when they would shoot like those fire flames under your feet and would just fling you into the air as you catch fire and die or something. And I even saw a rainbow helicopter, which I don't think I've been able to find later on in the session. Otherwise, I would have recorded it again and shown it to you. But that's generally the specifics of what I have caught, but generally I've just seen one big thick as frick dust storm that lagged your game terribly down to about 6 to 10 FPS, as I said. And again, I'm pretty sure it would have been so cool to have shown this to you guys. So cool. Anyways, now that I'm down to my final point of this video, because of very short footage, and there wasn't really much to say beyond what I have caught and shown you guys, let's go over the comments of what I've seen on the previous video, which I would say is good news, and I'm glad good news has finally happened, where this person has stated that they had someone boost their account with RP, and they tried complaining to Rockstar, and they've done nothing to fix the issue. Typical. I'm still able to play lucky, but I now no longer have a legitimate account. Yeah, that's the unfortunate truth on PC players. Like, literally only one account every 100,000 accounts that exists could be legitimate. Unfortunately, mine is not legitimate anymore. I hate to admit, because I was in my earliest stages of GTA Online when I first started, and I did not know how to leave sessions or if getting fake money was actually fake and legitimate, and I thought getting money was just to make yourself look good at that time. And I ended up being dropped like about $20 billion maybe, which was a lot back then. I was literally at 23 billion, I think. I don't know. I was able to buy an armored Kuruma, a LAG Retro Custom. I even bought an apartment with it, but I never bought any businesses, not even the office. And that was back in 2017, where the latest update that was like the biggest deal was not even the nightclub. The nightclub didn't even exist back then. It was just before the Doomsday Heist even. Yeah, it was that long ago. It was before the Doomsday Heist. It was back when the latest car that released was the Progen GP1. It was the latest car that released on Legendary Motorsport, I would hate to admit. But yeah, that's how long ago it was. It was a pretty good car. I actually bought it, and I thought it was the fastest based on the statistics. But that's when I knew I was wrong, because I finally got experience with a game. Anyways, I'm gonna not continue with my own personal life story conversation. That's generally what happened to me, unfortunately. Of course, later on, a year later, after not playing GTA Online, I came back to GTA only to see that Rockstar had sent a message as an alert on my screen saying that my account has been reset down to $120,000. So all the $20 billion that was hacked into my accounts just forcefully dropped in my head that I didn't even think was hacked money. I just thought it was someone being generous and good back then, unfortunately, as a little scrawny freaking inexperienced nitwit I was. Yeah, that happened. Anyways, so I responded to that person stating that it's true. When I started earlier, Modder had boosted the entire lobby with money in RP. I managed to only get 100k and boosted from level 33 to 39. Yeah, I think the Modder back then only dropped a little bit of money when I was starting to play again. But anyways, that was before I realized I could flip lobby before it caused damage on my account, and I've had the initial gut feeling something was off about it. Regardless, it's quite unfortunate when there are those still trying to be as legit as possible, and those things end up happening. Can't do much about it, unfortunately, but at least you brought your concerns to Rockstar. If they refuse to do anything about it, take it as personal gain for bringing it up. Not many out there would admit to it and think it's normal, which we all should know it isn't. And that person responded, yeah, like my Xbox account, all my glitch cars and outfits and rank are legit, so never had someone boost me on GTA, so when I complained to Rockstar, they have done absolutely nothing to help. I've gone from level 30 something to 50 something, and I'm super annoyed because I'm now no longer legit on PC. I think I was so annoyed that when I complained, I uploaded the video of the person boosting me to my YouTube. I believe it's public to watch, and linked it so Rockstar will help and see it, but never heard from them or even have received help. GTA on PC's place where to be safe from modders is to mod, but I don't want to risk a ban and pay for that menu. Rockstar just needs to help protect PC player more. True. Absolutely true. But do they want to? No, because they don't fucking care. So I responded with absolutely true. Players do tend to mod now to protect themselves against other modders because Rockstar fails at providing adequate protections enough to prevent things such as our IP addresses from being leaked to their exposure. But Rockstar will continue to refuse to dedicate a proper budget to that because, well, money. The typical Rockstar's infamous words of they're not making enough to supply enough, bullshit. To which that person responded, facts. Of course, because I freaking know this game well enough already. Unfortunately, I don't mean to, you know, make myself look like I'm some high horse, but unfortunately I studied this game enough to know what the fuck is going on and what's wrong and what's good and what's not. I feel like I have a lot more experience than anyone out there, I feel like, but I'm not gonna boast myself any longer. I don't want to boast myself. I don't even mean to boast myself. I just feel like I'm at that rank where I can still learn more, should I must. But I'm already at that point where I believe enough that I've seen to believe what is true and what's not. So that person states, I hate the fact that GTA just leave my IP open to modders so you know they can DDoS me or something. I hate the fact I consider mods to protect myself, but GTA will only ban modders for gaining money without playing or buying Rockstar as a joke at times. And yeah, I responded with, and Rockstar does tend to ban more quote-unquote innocent modders, like I say, the more positively influencing modders, those who use mods to protect themselves or other players, as I've stated in my disclaimer in the video, or those who don't even touch mods at all. It has happened to my friend not too long ago, and I should remember to bring that up next video. Yes, the one that I have clipped, or I've taken a snip of our conversation to show to you guys. But beyond that, I've had another friend who, unfortunately, they didn't understand if I've done enough for them, and they kind of gave up on our friendship, which is quite unfortunate. I've tried so hard to bring them back into the game only because Rockstar was a fat fucking dick. Because her account did not touch mods at all. She was trying to be as legitimate as possible, but she kept coming across modders who would either try to, unfortunately, I hate to say, and I don't mean to scare the female players out there specifically, I don't mean to be sexist either, but there are some modders out there who came across her presence, and I could only assume the worst, where they tried to perform flirtatious acts, giving her money, giving her cars, or trying to give her stuff, but because she would try to be as legitimate as possible, they would either mess with her game or, worst case scenario, report her for, well, modding, and then they'd probably drop her money regardless. That would be force dropped on her head, and next thing you know, she got suspended. So unfortunately, I tried fighting with it through Rockstar support even. I went to tier 3 support, but because they were basically saying, long story short, your friend cannot appeal because we need money, and if they really believed they weren't in the wrong, they could buy a new account, let's say. I'm not even going to go into any more specifics beyond that. So unfortunately, I told her that's the story that's come to that, and I am sorry, but that's what Rockstar is. They're just stubborn as fuck and lazy to actually properly investigate, which is quite unfortunate. She was a legitimate player. She never touched mods, and I was playing with her for like a few weeks, and then that happened. Terrible. And now that I brought up here, I'm gonna forget now. Yeah, that's very unfortunate that happened. So as that person says, yeah, anyone who plays with mods to protect themselves or have a huge amount of money or XP that are added to their accounts are likely to be banned if they don't report. So if a modded gave me 50 million, I reported, and I don't hear anything back from them for, let's say, 5 months, and I spend that modded money, I can get permanently banned from modding. Their rules are so confusing. Yep. Unfortunate. So I responded with, I'm pretty sure there's a high likely chance that they say one thing to look good on paper for in case we wish as a community to perform a class action lawsuit or boycott the game because of their BS, so they can get really good lawyers to use that as their own backup evidence to say, but we do care about our community, but in reality they will remain in their old ways of supporting modding and griefing with mods, or even letting them ruin players' experiences to make them resort into the quickest way to making money, which is microtransactions, by ensuring players lose their cargo and potentially gaslight the modders against what we know is improper actions, and therefore potentially get ourselves banned for speaking against being grieved just that one time. All the while Rockstar is giving those modders a good pat in the back, but of course there are typical modders trying to protect these players, and they get banned because the modder who tried griefing catches up on it, and even goes to the extent in which the players affected by the protections not needing the mods get banned as well. And the bans not being appealable just screams absolute money greed, and you can only rejoin GTA Online if you buy a brand new copy of the game with a new account associated. Yeah, absolute BS. They take their laziness to an advantage of making money more than they really should. They don't deserve it. So yeah, in this episode, I was very lucky to have caught this modder, which by the way was recorded as much as I could have on October 18th, 2021 at around 8:23 in the morning, maybe 8:22 even. But that's all I really have to show you guys, that's all I have to explain to you, and unfortunately I cannot wait, well, fortunately or whatever, I still cannot wait for Rockstar to finally deal with this issue. Because this is getting to a point where it's too much. Rockstar, stop being lazy. Anyways, that's all I really want to say about this video. I hope you guys did find it informative even, and yes, I wish to have shown you the proof of this, what actually happened, but unfortunately, it can only be a memory that I can show you guys through words, because I cannot go back in time to actually catch this moment. It was beautiful, laggy, but still would have been so worth to show you guys, and I'm sorry that I couldn't actually show the footage. I had to use an application called Paint 3D to give you an average example to scale, about as precisely to scale as I possibly could, to show you guys what I've seen in person with the least exaggeration as possible. So I hope you guys did find this informative, and well, again, I'm very sorry I couldn't have shown you the actual thing that happened. Otherwise it would have been hilarious to have on YouTube at this point. But anyways, that's all I want to show you, that's all I really have. Thank you for watching, and well, good luck out there.